Welcome to Creator's Edge Studio. I'm Tom Arcu, feature film producer, director, screenwriter, and novelist. And with me is
John Colton, and I am the creator of ColtonComics.com and the writer of Paul Bunyan versus Dracula.
excellent and artist. We are continuing our top reasons why James Gunn's Superman won't suck. And the third reason we're talking about is James Gunn has a track record of being a good director. And I have had the wonderful opportunity to direct feature films 2 times. So my perspective about what it takes to be in the center seat, to be a feature film director, is colored by my personal experiences. And I say there are 5 things. The way I remember these things is I call it 3S.co. And let's just start off with the first S, which is script. And John, you noticed that James Gunn had something specific to say about scripts over there at DC now.
Right. He said, we won't greenlight a film
Hmm.
until we have a finished script. We're happy with it.
Hmm.
And in general, we won't cast a film until the script is finished.
Ah,
This is why some projects are moving faster than anticipated and others more slowly. He said, it's always going to be quality first, no matter what.
excellent. Now, you and I have had conversations about this because we're screenwriters together, screenwriting partners. And you've kind of mentioned that, isn't it obvious? Get the script right first.
Right. It's storytelling,
Right,
right? And let's take it to its most basic form.
right.
If you were going to write a children's book,
Hmm.
you would write what the story is about first,
Right.
and which characters are going to say what,
Hmm.
and then you would sketch it out,
Right.
right? Which in a
Exactly.
movie process would be like the storyboards,
Exactly.
right? And then you would illustrate it and add the text. And maybe, after you see the illustration, maybe the text changes a little bit because maybe
Certainly.
you find some nice surprises
Hmm.
along the way. But you have to start with your written script first, your story. Again, it's so basic, but I've seen over and over again in various movie studios
Hmm.
where they think, oh, well, we'll figure it out as we're filming it, or we'll change it in post.
Right.
And what they're talking about is the story and the plot and the dialogue,
Yeah.
all the stuff you need to figure out before you get started. It,
Exactly. They're hoping for an accident. Orson Welles talked about a concept he called happy accidents. But to make your multi-million dollar feature film depend on happy accidents, that doesn't sound wise. Now, the next S is support actors. And you've noticed in various films that James Gunn has directed that there's a specific phenomenon, Polka Dot Man, for example.
yeah, it's a couple of things. One, he's great at taking B-list and C-list comic characters and
Mhm.
really just making them shine
Ah,
and writing them so that you care about them.
there it is. So every actor gets their moment in the sun. Every actor has something where we connect with them.
It's a hard trick to pull off,
Hmm.
but the trick is great writing.
Yes, back to
It,
script. We as
but
screenwriters love that.
if you think about something like Guardians of the Galaxy,
Hmm.
and who did people love in that movie? And everybody that left the movie
Hmm.
kind of had their own person. Like obviously, he turned Chris Pratt into a movie star
Right,
with
exactly.
Peter Quill,
Right,
and really
absolutely.
raised Zoe Saldana on a lot of people's radar.
Right,
But
right.
also Dave Bautista,
Hmm. Oh, yeah.
and his character had his great moments, but so did Nebula and
Hmm.
Karen Gillan, or even Michael Rooker, who
Hmm.
played Yondu.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and Michael Rooker had his scenes where he got to shine.
Now, as a feature film director, what I've noticed that I do is that I, of course, have a finished script, but the thing too is on the day of filming, the actor brings something to it. They should be the expert of their character, and therefore they might phrase something just a little different, and I'll go, "Oh, that's better than the first draft, which was in the script." And but the script is there because it provides the structure. It also provides what we call artistic unity. The whole thing has to fit, and it all has to have structure. It all has to have momentum. So, but to support that actor, that's fantastic. That's the second S. The third S is study other films. Now, James Gunn was talking about one of his favorite comics films is Old Boy. And of course, Old Boy is famous for this fight in the hallway. It's a continuous one take. It's a fight. And he did that also in the Guardians 3. So he studies other films. Did you see that list of when he talked about his favorite comics movies?
No, no.
Oh, well, his
Yeah.
most favorite comic movie is animated. It's Into the Spider-Verse. That is his favorite one. And I deeply appreciate that film too. The thing, though, that he loves about it is that everything fits, that it could have gone off the rails and gone different places, but it all has momentum and everything fits. The idea of studying other films is what we directors do. We study other films so that we can see, oh, how was that done? How was how did that affect? How did we get to that emotion? What was the music doing? Was the music not even there so that we could just focus on the words? We study other films. Now, that's three S's.co. So the C is cast. And when I found out that Rachel Brosnahan was cast as Lois Lane, I thought that's terrific. I thought you did excellent work on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Mrs. Maisel becomes Lois Lane. I said, that's Lois Lane. That casting was fantastic. Now, speaking of casting, in his other films, what kind of casting happened that just really grabbed your attention?
Well, for me, I think John Cena as Peacemaker
Ah,
in the Suicide Squad was it was a surprise, a
mm-hmm,
brilliant bit of casting. You're hoping for happy accidents,
mm-hmm.
but
But
those happen in a good script.
yes,
I think one I heard about recently was the Denzel Washington Spike Lee movie, He Got Game.
mm-hmm,
And there was a scene where Denzel is playing his son at basketball.
mm-hmm.
And the script called for the son to beat Denzel 12 to nothing.
Okay.
And well, Denzel, he's a pretty good ball player himself. So
Ah,
he had a bit of an ego and he scores the first 4 points.
okay.
The person he's playing against was a pro basketball player, Ray Allen.
Okay.
And he was expecting everything to go just in the script.
Okay.
And they left it in the movie
Mm-hmm.
because he was mad
Ah,
that this guy was scoring. But
okay.
he was mad at him because he thought he was not following the script. You know,
Right.
he's not doing what he's supposed to do. And, and why is this happening? But it was some great acting from a non-actor. And
Precisely.
so it stayed, it stayed in the film.
Whether it's the next film or whatever is your next project, you got to stay strong. You're a creator, and we here at Creators Ed Studio want to support you. By the way, I support creators to stay strong and protect themselves with courses. This is one of my courses, Success Secrets, Confidence and Skills to Handle Toxic People. Now, have you felt held back by toxic people who drain your energy? You can be the hero. You can be strong. You can take care of yourself. You can set smart boundaries. You can make things happen so that you stay that creator that you are. Look in the description below for the link and check this out. Success Secrets, Confidence, and Skills to Handle Toxic People. O is orchestrate the camera. Alfred Hitchcock would use close-ups like someone in an orchestra would have a particular instrument go front and center, like the clarinet. Or if it was jazz, the saxophone would just take over for a solo. And so a close-up would be something, and I've done this. There was a film I was in, I directed it, I wrote it, and I found that in acting with the other actor, our best take was the first take. So the first take was always a two-shot. So you could get both actors interacting. But then we would go to the close-up to really punch the moment, to really make you feel it. And I had one actor on the set. This person was only good in the eighth take. So she always had the last close-up that I would shoot. I would shoot all the other shots, and then I would always make sure that her close-ups were shot last because I needed to catch the best moment. But here's my point, is that you orchestrate the thing. I love having a moving camera. When I've shot in real low budget situations, I would put a person in a wheelchair and instantly have a moving camera because some team member would be moving the wheelchair, but you orchestrate the camera. John, is there a particular moment where you felt that the camera really worked in any of James Gunn's films?
It's one from Suicide Squad that stands out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a long scene. Harley Quinn is escaping from her captors and
Oh,
just kind of walking down this long hallway and going on this murder spree. It was so great. And, just the whole movie. And this is a big factor with me, rewatchability.
mm-hmm.
And like, if you said, "Hey, do you want to watch the Suicide Squad right now?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, let's put it on."
Well, let's pull that together then. So, a great director makes a very high on the rewatchability factor scale movie. And that's what we are excited about in terms of this being a top reason why James Gunn's Superman won't suck. Thanks so much, John.
Yeah, and if he scores on rewatchability, I think you and me and a bunch of other people are going to be buying more than one movie ticket to go see it.
Right. I saw the first Superman 6 times in the movie theater. And because all I had was Superman Returns, I saw that 3 times at the movie theater. So,
Yeah.
so what can I tell you?
It's a world starved for Superman.
It is. By the way, John, congratulations on your new Superman poster. It's available when people use this link. And like and subscribe. That would be great. So remember, here at Creator's Edge Studio, we don't just talk entertainment.
We create it.